part of our business is managing people's advertising budgets. And I treat it even to a higher degree than my own money, because if there's $1 missing, it's a big problem. It can be like, oh, you know what, that's fine, it's their money. No, it's even more important than my own money, because they've entrusted it, and that's how you build trust and mutual success.
And that's your reputation.
Mhm.
And I believe that my word is my reputation. So if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So your reputation is key, and that's your integrity. So, I believe like someone like you who has that, you'll always have business. You'll always prosper because people need people like that. It seems pretty simple, honestly, but not everyone's like that.
No.
And, getting into, real estate agents and just the business in general, it's like if you are not keeping your word and doing what you're saying you're going to do and being, approachable and likable. I mean, it's simple. Likable is a real quality that people look for. Um, then no one's going to answer your phone calls. No one's going to want to be business with you. And then you can't help your clients and you have no money. It seems it's a very simple business, but there's a lot of caveats to it.
As you mentioned earlier, it's all about relationships also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons I think, you were mentioning, so Surterre is very successful due to the relationship that the agents build with their customers. How are the agents attracted to Surterre?
Well, we are a local brokerage, so we work with agents.
Well, besides being local, because there's so many other brokerages out there to choose from.
Right. So Surterre has been around for about 20 years, and we are tried and true. We've been through a lot, obviously. I mean, the times, and a lot of smaller residential, boutique brokerages have gone out of business. We have not because I'm a business person. So good or bad, some people like it, some people don't. Um, I have a business background. I love marketing. I love to make things pretty and shiny and the sales side of it, but I have a business degree. And so we have to make money. And so we treat the business like we want our agents to treat their business. Take it seriously. It's not something you do on the side. It's not a side, I'm gonna help my aunt. It's a business. And the agents that take it seriously as a business make a lot of money. I mean, they do very, very well. And the commissions are worth it. So, that's kind of what I try to do is I try to make decisions that I would want, people I work with making. So when times are great, they're great. When times are slow, I mean, when the real estate market is very slow for transaction side, we pivot. We do things that are necessary to, stay active and stay productive in a market that's tight. So that's what I would want my agents to do. If I can't ask an agent to go and negotiate the best commission they can possibly do, if I'm not willing to do it for myself. So we're not a brokerage where we give everything away. We know our value because we want our agents to know their value. So that's how I think. And I think that's how our agents think, and they know their value, and they know the right people. They know movers and shakers, and they've got those relationships with the people who are buying higher, real estate. So that's one of the things that I think makes Surterre Surterre. Surterre means of the earth. So it's kind of hard to say, a little bit tricky. But if you understand what it's about and it's part of being in the community and it's making the community that you live in grow and thrive as a real estate agent, we want our properties to be nice. We want our community to be great because you live there. We live here and you have relationships with homeowners. It's, one of my favorite campaigns that we do at Surterre is help us choose your neighbors because, if the house next door is for sale, I mean, do you know anybody that wants to buy it? It's
Hard. Yeah.
kind of like that. It's like, we want to live and work and play in an area that we enjoy. It's human nature.
Mhm.
So that's kind of our claims to fame. I mean, and yes, we have an on-site marketing team. We have, the best brokerage in all of Southern California. I mean, we have all the right things. But at this point, we have our affiliate sites and we have our IDXs and we can market to internationally just like everybody else. So all the brokerages can kind of do similar things now. It's not, it used to be like, oh, well, we reached the international market. Everybody did. Everything's online or that's not your claim to fame. Your claim to fame is those relationships. It's helping the agents when they need help. It's answering your phone. I mean, a lot of people don't even answer their phone anymore.
Right.
It's really doing the things that make our agents and as a brokerage, our Our clients are the agents, and what makes them feel what makes them feel heard. They're giving all the time. I hear our agents on the phone. I hear it's kind of funny. Our um, savviest agents, um, our most well-known agents, our agents that are our top producing agents. Sometimes they can have an ego, and they've earned the right. They work their butts off. They're hustlers. They know what they're doing. They have an ego. But when I hear them on the phone with their client,
Yeah, it's
that's
totally.
not,
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, there's a pecking order of the same. Okay, I get it. So our clients, the brokerage clients, are our agents. And if we make our agents happy, our agents can go out and make their clients happy. So we just understand the model. It really is a simple model, but it can be a little more complicated at times.
I want to actually add to that because I had a lot of experience working with a lot of Surterre agents, and I asked, we had many conversations. So some gave me some feedback. One of the reasons why they did like working with Surterre is because you guys give a lot of tools. And some of that I know we provide, like the real estate marketing and photography. A lot of brokerage, they don't really care. They just take the part of your out of your commission, take a fee, and here you go work. But no, I think you guys hold people's hands in a certain way. Not that they need to be held, but you let them focus on what they do best, is managing a relationship, and you handle all the back end,
Right.
which is really great.
I mean, it's really hard to be an expert at everything. So if you're a real estate agent and you're out there helping your clients secure the largest transaction they're probably going to have in their lifetime, how are you supposed to be an expert at 3D tours,
Right.
virtual staging, or social media? I mean, it's hard to be an expert at everything. And there's a lot of agents that know a lot of stuff. I mean, I feel like sometimes I know enough to be annoying about a lot of things. But how can you be an expert helping your clients if you're too busy creating the flyer? Like, we don't want our agents doing that. We want our agents out there meeting new people, networking, having those relationships. We don't want them sitting at a computer trying to align a photo with a margin.
Yeah.
That's not their gig.
Focus on what you do best. That's kind of the selling point we have to our clients as well. We work with a lot of small business owners, even medium-sized businesses. We try to isolate all of your marketing needs, even IT services. You focus on what you do is your service and your customer service. We'll handle the back end stuff that you're not experts in. Yeah, and it helps a lot. And there's significant growth when that happens.
Right. I think that model is that is a tried and true model. And I'm actually my husband and I are doing we're doing another business and we're working on that model. But I go back to the idea of a doctor. A doctor is an expert at medicine or at surgery or whatever. That doctor cannot be doing accounting and HR and hiring. You can't do it all. So you have to have that support in order to be your best self.
And it's not the best use of their time. I think people miss the opportunity cost. They don't think, oh, if I make $300 an hour being a doctor or $400, whatever the number is, and I do that in accounting when I can hire somebody for $50 an hour, the opportunity cost, I'm losing money. And people don't see that, I want to build the website myself. Okay. You can make $4,000 in the same time that it would cost you $1,000 to hire somebody else. Why would you want to do that? And you do a crappier job because that's not your expertise.
Yeah. And so one of the things that Surterre does, we have very high brand standards, very high. We have graphic designers that went to school for graphic design. I mean, we do that for a reason. And a lot of times we'll get new agents that come in and they say, oh, my sister's brother's uncle's boyfriend's daughter wants to do my marketing for me. And sometimes it can be a little bit of a struggle because, for us, we know the brand standards, we're fast, we get it done quickly, and we know what sells, know what looks good. Our designers I'm not a designer. They have the eye that is so good for proportions where you don't even realize, like, white space is important. Some people don't get it.
Right.
And so when you're dealing with high-end luxury, it has to look high-end luxury. You cannot just throw some slop on a page and sell something. It requires a fine-tuning. And so we do have those standards. Again, some people get very upset with us, but it's like, Hermes or Nike. They're not going to let you just go do whatever you want with their brand. And so we do hold that pretty tight. obviously we know agents want to be different and they want to brand themselves and they want to stand out. And so we help them do that in an elegant and sophisticated way.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference between standard and luxury is attention to detail. It's not necessarily you got different material. It could be different material, but really, if you put that extra time in making it perfect, that's not, now you're in the realm of luxury. That's why there is extra cost. That's why there's extra time involved.
One of the things, like one of my biggest pet peeves is if I get a direct mail from somebody, like a competitor or some random agent mail, and there's a misspelled word. Or, I mean, I tell, because if you are unwilling to double check that, how are you going to double check my transaction and make sure my numbers are right? So I've just seen some things over the years where we very, very rarely make mistakes. And it's because we have processes in place. We double, triple check everything. So it's very, I can't remember a time that it happened. And to me, that's a big deal. That attention to detail and really making our agents look good. We protect our agents from themselves when they want to do it themselves. We encourage them, like, listen, we're gonna make you look good. We're gonna make you shine. And we're fast.
Right. And I think one of the things that's very unique about you guys is because it's relatively a small real estate company in comparison to, like, let's say a First Team, which is huge, have millions of offices all over the place. If you were, let's say, in some low end market and you're a small company, you wouldn't have the budget to do anything the right way. But because you're so uniquely positioned, you're in the most luxurious market. So you actually have the budget to do things the right way while keeping that approachability where an agent can go and talk to the CMO. Who can do that in First Team? They can go talk to the CMO. They will not have that access. They will not have that personal time. I think that kind of the small team exclusivity, the boutiqueness of it is really, really important.
Yeah,
It's super important.
I get asked to go on listing presentations all the time. An agent will come and say, Christine, I dealing with this, high level clients are really savvy with, you know, online and web analytics. Can you come and speak to the marketing side? Sure. I love doing that stuff because, you know, a- again, you can't be an expert in everything. So I study that stuff. I know what's going on. I see the numbers. And so I'm happy to go. And then I get to go see these amazing houses. I get to meet really smart people. So I love doing that stuff. Uh, and it helps the agents too because they know they have somebody on their team, on their side. And I'm not an agent. I don't compete with them. I don't sell with them. Obviously, I have my real estate license. Like I'm not going to take their business
Right.
or elevate them to do the best job they can do.
Give them the marketing expertise otherwise they would not have any access to whatsoever. Speaking of marketing,